Welcome back. Joe Biden has released his plan to reform the nation's criminal justice system, a system critics say he helped to create. His plan would, among other things, eliminate mandatory minimum sentences, end the disparity between crack and powder cocaine, and decriminalize marijuana. Cory Booker, who is challenging Biden, blames the former vice president for creating the very system he's now trying to fix. Booker released a statement that reads in part, Joe Biden had more than 40 years to get this right. The proud architect of a failed system is not the right person to fix it. NBC's Mike Memoli is our resident Joe Biden expert. He joins us now from Capitol Hill. Mike, thanks. CNN released the lineup for the next round of debates. Night 2, that's Joe Biden's night, and on stage with him there is Cory Booker. And we saw in that first debate, Kamala Harris brought up busing from the 70s, had a big moment with that. Is this Booker today saying he's going to try to do the same thing with the crime bill in the 90s at that debate?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Steve. Actually, there was a Booker campaign staffer on the night that they announced these lineups actually compared this debate to a confirmation hearing for Joe Biden, saying that's the kind of treatment they expect to be giving him. What's the old line, Steve, about why people rob banks? Because that's where the money is. So why, if you're a Democrat, do you go after Joe Biden? Because for now, he actually has a really strong lead still, despite his recent struggles, among African-American voters. That's really the bedrock of his support right now. And so the Booker campaign, which obviously needs to pick up the pace if they want to compete, especially in those southern primaries, needs to go after him, needs to have a Kamala-like moment for that. And I think you're seeing from Cory Booker his attempt to do that. And this is interesting in terms of the rollout of this criminal justice reform plan. Biden has had a real resilience in his support among, as you know better than anyone, Steve, his older African-American voters, less so among younger African-American voters. And so by getting ahead of the crime bill, some of the attacks that might come, getting that plan out this week, this is Biden's attempt to maybe stave off some of those attacks. But there's no doubt that he's going to need to be better on that debate stage and responding to those attacks when they come.
Yeah, you mentioned Biden's support among black voters. I was looking at our most recent NBC Wall Street Journal national poll among black voters in the Democratic primary. Biden out in front with 46%, way out in front. Cory Booker, by the way, not registering in this poll. He's at 0% among black voters in our poll. I know he's at least at a few points in some other polls. But you mentioned, you say Biden has to handle it a lot better than he did the busing question with Kamala Harris. What's your sense from the Biden campaign? Has he been working on that? Do they have a plan for that? What are they going to do to make sure that he's not caught flat-footed as he seemed to be in that last one?
Yeah, the plan is to do what he should have done, was supposed to do, frankly, Steve, in that first debate, which is pivot every question he's asked or every attack that comes about his past record, about the 94 crime bill, by focusing on the future. That's why it was so important for him to get this out, to say, we don't want this to be a discussion about the past, that I'm not running to relive the past, I'm running to focus on the future. That's the goal. But it will be interesting in terms of how those candidates are lined up on the stage, whether they are, in fact, side by side alongside Joe Biden, whether he'll be able to avoid taking the bait if those attacks come, especially if they try to make it personal, which is what we saw with Kamala Harris last time.
All right, Mike Memoli, our resident Biden watcher. Thanks for the time.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Beat the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.